right, and we are here at the Agropurina Kowich Bridge. If you look, I'm holding up my hand. I'm not waving at nobody, I'm blocking out the sun.
I feel my head.
All right, the father, your head hot?
I feel my head hot. I could literally feel, especially like Juan Nogalata Hiano, you could feel the sun upon your head.
So this is what I mean when I say my head hot.
My head hot, really hot, man. I'm not joke. The heat is on. It is on, but it's a beautiful day though. The sky is a little bit overcast at times, but the heat is still on, and it's a beautiful thing.
And you've run into one of the original people that were involved in Ruta Maya back in the day.
Well, I do call him a maverick in the La Ruta Maya. You got to give anything with you. When it comes to the Ruta Maya, this gentleman, Mr. Elvin Penner, has been there from the time of inception as well. And as well, one of the things that he did for the race is actually develop the technology of the race from what it was in fiberglass to Kevlar and the designs of the canoes and all that. Rhonda, I'd like you to ask this man the hard question about the La Ruta Maya.
Mr. Penner, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's good to see you. Tell me how many teams you have out here today.
We actually have one official team, which is the team Coupe Sheet Metal, that has been in the front for most of the day. But we're also sponsoring, partly sponsoring UB.
All right. Tell me a little bit about the team that you are sponsoring, your main team, Chris Guidis and the crew there.
Well, what happened is most of the years in the past, after we won the race like some 10 years ago, we started sponsoring more school teams and female teams. We won the female division for at least 5 years. This year we decided to put a male team again, so we gathered together two guys that were officially with West Truck, and they teamed up with Jerry Rayburn from Burrell Boom. They've been working out really hard. They've been taking their vitamins seriously. They've been working out more than anybody else. They got a good canoe, and they also were on a strict diet, no greasy food, only healthy food, so I think it paid off for them.
All right. We've been talking to other team owners, if you want to call it that, and they say they see the trophy in the very near future. What's your take on that?
Well, we'll see. BTL is doing very good. They're right up there with our team. We have Belize Bank and Niche following close behind. Right here at this bridge here, this is where they normally start the race to the finish. It's only some minutes from here to the finishing of the race. I would expect BTL to come together with Coupe Sheet Metal, and from here they will take the sprint out to the finishing line. It all depends on who has the most energy left. Depends on how hard they have worked. The sun is out hot now, so they definitely will take some energy from them. They got good service, so I expect them to do well.
What keeps a company like yours involved in Ruta Maya?
Well, we want to give back to the community in some way or the other, and we feel that the Ruta Maya was my passion from the second year that the race was on. We've had a team in there from not the inception, the first year we didn't have a team, but we had a team from the second year of the race, and we've sponsored it ever since. So we stay in there because it's partially for the advertisement of the company, but also partially to support the community in something positive.
May I correct that? Inception for me was the second year.
Me too. That's when we got involved. But
that's right.
Yes, it's been 19 years. We've been involved 18 years, like yourself.
Yeah, as well, you were responsible to have found people like Armin. You brought in a lot of these paddlers from the village of Esperanza and other places around the district. Who are the members of your team right now that are paddling for that winning team, or a team that is up front at this moment?
Well, we have Jerry Rayburn from Burrell Boom, and then we have Jerry Cante from San Ignacio, and then we have Henry Cruz from Esperanza. Like I said, Henry Cruz and Jerry Cante paddled for West Truck last year. They decided to go a different route, and they came to us for sponsorship, and we decided we would go big this year.
Well, it's go big or go...
Or go nothing.
Go big or go nothing. That's right. But you find out, I like to ask this question because last year and this year, Elvin, we found that the teams participating in numbers have diminished. From what we were used to, 100 plus, 80 plus, now down to 61 teams last year, 59 teams. What's happening?
Well, I believe that one big factor is that BATSUB used to put in about 10 teams every year. They're no longer paddling, and the race is more of a fun race now. And I guess people just feel it difficult to get into the race to paddle for 4 days. You really have to train hard. I saw one team this morning turned over several times just before they reached the wooden bridge. But that team was said to have gotten together the last minute without any workout. You can't expect to do this race and do well without the proper exercise and the proper diet and the proper vitamins and everything. So if you want to be competitive, you really have to go big. You really have to make sure that the team gets everything they need.
Is there any secret on the canoe that you're using today?
No, the canoe is actually a canoe built by Chris Guidus. It's very similar to the Chalk Creek design. They just slightly modified the front of it, but it was originally designed by Chalk Creek. They modified the front a little bit to be a little bit to paddle more in line. Before it had a round front bow, now it has a straight front bow.
Is it Kevlar or is it fiberglass? What's it?
It is actually carbon fiber.
All right, there we go. From fiberglass to Kevlar, now we're talking carbon fiber. And that's very expensive. It's very light. But even a paddle, just a paddle, a simple paddle is what? About $600? $700. That's right. You have 3 paddles plus a canoe like that, you're talking a lot of money. And that's exactly what the man is saying, that the ordinary teams cannot afford the equipment if they want to be competitive for this race.
Well, thank you very much for your time and all the best of luck.
Thank you very much too.
All right, one of the things that we have to say, we noticed that Chris Guidus, while he builds canoe, he has been very active in this race. He's built a lot of canoes for this, a lot of the canoes that are in this race.
You like Chris?
I like
you
Chris.
Love Chris.
I love Boom.
Yeah,
and I love Boom people.
Yeah.
And Chris and Jerry and all of them boys. I grew up with them boys.
But you have to remember the canoe got designed at Chalk Creek, it's a kayo.
But I'll tell you what, but it's Chris that's building them, Chris Guidus. And not only that, he built a carbon fiber one. The one that Belize Bank is in is also built by Chris Guidus this year.
Yeah, you're the girl stats when it comes to Chris. No worry, I'm going next one for you now. Well,
that's a fun fact. That's a fun fact for you.
Fun fact. That's totally correct.
That fun fact is brought to you to the kind compliments of the folks there at Development Finance Corporation. When you're looking for a bank, DFC is the bank of choice. Low interest rate, efficient, good customer service. You know, there's nothing like good customer service.
If I want a loan for my kids, you think they would, for your education, they have it, right?
DFC?
Yeah. You think I should go for one?
If you want a loan for your kids, if you want a loan for farming, if you want a loan for housing, all the birds and the moving, you know what that mean?
The bird's moving, something's coming. I always know that's a rule of thumb.
Who is in front? Who is out front?
You know what? I like to know.
I want to know because enough people ask me that. Like I think I'm supposed to know.
Yeah.
Which team in front? Bassman, who in front?
Yeah.
Who in front?
I was wondering which Englishman was behind me just now. The way he came right behind. Who's in front? You guys are coming. The birds move.
It never ever fails. It absolutely never ever fails. Whenever you see the birds moving on the river, you mean somebody coming right there. And there they go.
Look at pictures.
Oh, my battery dead.
All right, there we see Coop Sheet Metal, Jerry Raymond doing awesome out there. We see BTL Cubs Arm in second position. Jerry Raymond, BTL Cubs Arm. When you see the service boat behind them, you know what that means. There's nobody for miles.
Yeah, that's right. And you know,
wow.
Exactly, Rhonda.
Wow.
No, what I've seen up to this point is that these two teams are going to be the power teams for the race, because up to now, there's nobody else in sight. There's the service boat that came up front to be with these guys. That means that they need to have somebody along with them. They have opened the lead once again. Let's say again, who is the team in front, Rhonda?
Wow! It's Coop Sheet Metal, Jerry Raybon and his guys. They are in front. If somebody asks you,
who's in front?
Coop Sheet Metal, Jerry Raybon's team is in front, followed by BTL's Cubsam. We noticed that behind them, there is a service boat. That is not a good sign for people like Belize Bank and all the other guys.
Yeah, let us explain this to you. That whenever you see these two teams, for instance, they were coming up alone just now. A service boat was right behind them. That tells you that the gap has been opened so much that they could not have left those two teams ahead without somebody being there with them. They can capsize, they can catch cramp, whatever can happen to them. So they opened up a gap. That's right. They opened up that gap, and there comes the service team behind them. Now, if you notice still, there has not been another team in sight. That's a big gap opening. These are the power teams.
How does it work? When it ends today and everybody starts at the same time again tomorrow, what do they add? They add the times?
Correct. Who finishes first today is going to be the leader tomorrow. And there's somebody else coming now. And this is Belize Bank Bulldogs. Belize Bank Bulldogs is easily, I would say, Rhonda, about maybe a minute or two behind. And that's a long distance behind. And next it's Niche. Next is Niche, which is 30 seconds behind the Belize Bulldogs. which, ladies and gentlemen, at this point would be very difficult for any of these teams to catch each other or to catch the teams that were up front reaching the final of today's event.
If all goes the way we see it going now, it will be Coupe Sheet Metal or BTL's Cubs Arm that will win the first leg of this race.
And the second leg, I'll be honest with you, if there's this gap, it would be more than hard. It would be more than likely that any of these teams, unless something would happen to the leaders, that, you know, they would catch up with them.
You know what? Jerry is in tip-top shape. Jerry has moved up to tip-top shape again. There was a time in this race when Jerry was the man. He was the man right there along Chris and all of them and Armin and all of them. Now, Jerry's the man. He's standing out there. He's one of the oldest ones paddling right now. He's in front. He's doing well. You know,
Rhonda?
hats off.
How there's no when to change paddling from port to starboard and starboard to port? How do you know when to change?
Hot! That's what they say.
What is it?
They say hot.
Hot. So everybody say hot, or you have a hot man?
They have a hot
You
man.
have a hot man on the team.
Correct. Somebody shouts, they go by amount of paddling as well. They would be paddling, more than likely counting a little bit, so they know when it's close to when the hot word comes up. And that's when they flip. And it's a beautiful change. It's like a little flicker. Yeah, that's totally correct.
Seamless. It's like
They got
clockwork.
49 miles of hot.
Hot today.
Tomorrow, what we can do though, tomorrow I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to ask you to look at your watch, and we're going to see how many paddles per minute is being done. And we're going to calculate that at the end of the day. Or during the day. We're going to tell people how much times that paddle goes into the water per minute.
Wow, that will be something to see. These men are like machines. They have to train to be ready for this. This is really a challenge.
This is a challenge. This is a challenge like no other challenge. And I am glad that you asked some of the questions you asked, Errol, because for people that don't know how the time is accumulated, or the winning is accumulated by the time. So who does everything in the shortest distance?
So who crossed the finish line first may not be the winner then?
No. On the first day, yes, so far. But then on the second day,
at
not
Durban, Belize,
necessarily.
you could cross the finish line first, but you're not first.
No, because you might have done better in the past.
You might have lagged in the first
Yes.
3 legs,
Yes.
and the last leg you do good.
Yes.
That's how it is. That's why today is very important. And that opening that you saw is going to be very hard for anybody to close.
And I'll tell you that these guys are going fast, and because they're going fast, we got to go fast. We take it away.
It's a very very humid day. The sun is out right now, and it looks like the humidity is very close behind, making us want to begin to sweat. At the early morning, it was very cool. I believe for the paddlers, it could have been very comfortable, but now, with what we're feeling now in the water, if they're not using the shelter with the sides well, then I'm very sure that will be or play a negative impact on the paddlers. But yes, the sun is out. It's a hot day. The temperature is approximately 96 degrees Fahrenheit, and the humidity is about 88%.
Who needs a thermometer when we have Javier right here with us? Javier, who's this good lady you're running to?
This beautiful young lady, she is Miss Diane Hilak. That's right. And we have Diane with us today here for many reasons. Diane is the person that heads Niche, and as well, she also has a team out here. Let's talk about Niche a little bit before we go to canoeing. How is Niche? What's happening?
I think Niche is doing beautifully. We continue to do the people's work as far as fulfilling the cultural agenda for this great nation of ours.
I want to ask you one big question. I want it to happen. I wish it happens. Will we get our national museum?
Well, if I have anything to do with it, I say yes. We are working seriously at getting that done because we absolutely do need to have a national museum. As you know, the plan is to build a national museum in the capital city, Belmopan. We are at the stage of finishing a consultancy in another few weeks, actually, that has looked at developing the framework, the framework for that national museum. And once we get the final report on that, then we have to begin the next leg of this journey, which is then to begin to look at how we can begin to source the resources, to make it happen. And of course, do all the architectural, designs and so forth. But this for me is necessary institution for this country. I mean, we are so blessed by the number of archaeological sites that we have in Belize. And as you probably are very aware, we have thousands of artifacts that we're not able to display properly because we just don't have the places to put them in. So like for instance, there is this amazing exhibition touring the United States, and the majority of artifacts in that exhibition, Maya, Hidden World Reveal, Maya Hidden World Reveal, and the overwhelming majority of artifacts in that exhibition, comes from Belize, right? And you know how powerful that would be if we could, for instance, at the end of that tour, be able to bring those artifacts, bring that exhibition back home and put them inside our national museum. So it's a dream for me. I know by Belido, so I can't say.
That's how it is. Diana, and you know what? Let's link the past. Let's link the historical value of the La Ruta Maya with the museum, with everything else that Belize, because that's how we came through. How is the race unfolding to you now?
Well, Dan, I'm calling you by your brother's name. Oh, Lord, Javier.
He's better looking. So for me,
He is indeed.
so for me, it's good.
But seriously, we were talking about Dan just before this. But yeah, I see the Ruta Maya as a great cultural event on the Nandi. I mean, this is the 19th year that this has been happening, and it links the environment, which we have to take care of our natural as well as our cultural resources in this country. So bringing these two things together like this in a race, to my mind, is just fantastic. And so we at Niche, we support the race by, for instance, we have a team, as you know, and I'm hoping to goodness that this is our year. I mean, we've come so close. We've been sitting in second place.
They're doing well, actually.
For a few years, but they're in the top 4 right now, and so I hope that we will take it. But we support this race, and as I said, have a team in there because, as I said, we see this as a major cultural event in this country. I think that a lot of us really don't understand the importance of culture to the development, the right development of this country. And so we try in all different ways to support those initiatives that we see as positive cultural activities, that can only carry us forward as a people.
Well, the other night I was talking to one of the guys from Niche, and he says, you know what, Rhonda? We tired of the behind. This year, that's for we are. Well, we hopefully we would see you guys. The last time I saw you guys, let me see where you were.
We're in third place.
You were in you're in third place now?
Third place the last
What? Wait. You're right. Yes. No, actually you were in third place. I saw Coop Sheet Metal, I saw Cubs, BTL's Cubs on Belize Bank and Niche. That's the last time I saw you.
I sit there.
You sitting at third place?
I sit after you.
Oh gosh, they're doing good. Did you do anything different with in preparing for this year's race?
Well, I mean, our staff at archaeology in particular, the ones who deal with the day-to-day, they're the ones who deal with the day-to-day of that, and they have been doing, I guess, the usual, trying to train the guys, get them to practice, pep talks. Because the mind is an important part of winning, so you have to do all of that, right? I have confidence in the guys. I mean, I really enjoy working with those guys. They've been there for us for quite a number of years, and I like to think positive, and I believe this is our year.
All right.
Everybody believes this is their year, but guess what? I wish all of you well. I have to commend all the people that keep coming back year after year, because without the commitment of companies like yours and of all the other people, there are a lot of people that go into this race out of their pocket. So we have to commend them for staying in the race, because without that commitment, there would be no Ruta Maya, there would be no excitement, there would be no awareness of the river like there is now. There's so much that we can do with this race. What do you see in terms, how do you see the race? Do you see it growing? Do you see it, how do you really see the race?
To be honest, I mean, I have seen a decrease in the number of canoes that are in the race, and for me that is unfortunate, because you would want to see this keep growing. Now, we're not really sure, I mean, because I certainly am not aware of any survey having been done to find out why people are dropping out. But I suspect it has a lot to do with resources, because, I mean, it does cost money to put a team together, train them, equip them, to be able to participate effectively, give them a real possibility to win. So I want to I assume that it probably has, quite a bit to do with not having the resources. So I really hope that perhaps more businesses, will come on board and see the importance of this event and come on board, because it would be a shame. It would be a shame to see this event be put at risk from not happening. And I know that a couple of years ago, there was a little bit of a shaky ground on which the race was standing. Right. But I understand that, certainly that I know Love FM came in, and I think Belize, and they have perhaps injected some new life into it. But it is not about one company or two company. It's about all of us as Belizeans, private and public sector, working together to support an excellent, cultural activity in this country.
Well, thank you, and we look forward to see you on more days.
And I'll see you at the finish line with that trophy.
All right, I have to tell you that the last time we did see the paddlers, we saw Coop Sheet Metal, we saw BTL's Cubs Arm, we saw Belize Bank, Niche Ocean, and West Track. We saw them in that order. It is a beautiful day out here today. I have to tell you, I have some fun facts here for you. This fun fact is brought to you to the kind compliment of the Development Finance Corporation. They say whatever it is that you're trying to build, is if it's a home, if you want to be educated, they do not increase interest rate. DFC cares about you. DFC is a development bank, and your success is their goal. They are honest, they have a great support team and system. We encourage you to check out DFC if you're looking to borrow short-term, long-term, business, personal, anything that you're looking for. The Development Finance Corporation is definitely your development bank. I have to say good morning to the people in San Pedro enjoying this Ruta Maya for the first time.
Banyan Bay.
All right, people at Julia Gardens, Kevin, David, Rose, good morning to you guys. Hopefully you're doing well. Next time, if you can't find the time, I'm glad you find the time to watch a little TV. We need to thank our sponsors, the people at the Belize Tourism Board, New Buildings, West Track, Pine Lumber Company Limited, Quality Poultry Product. Those are some of the people helping to make this race a success this year, have we?
Mm-hmm. That's right, Rhonda. And in just a little bit, I believe in the next hour or so, we're going to see the paddlers approach from the right-hand side of where I stand, all right? It's going to be hopefully in the next hour or so, but as I mentioned earlier, the heat has actually gone up, it's escalated, and it almost comes to a very, very uncomfortable feeling, because then you begin to sweat as the day starts to unfold. Young man, you come all the way from Trinidad. You're at Trinidad. You come from Trinidad. Is Trinidad as hot as this?
Trinidad is as hot as this sometimes. But this is not the son. This have to be the father. This is a different level of thing here, indeed. Mm-hmm.
Tell me, man, how do you find the Ruta Maya? A little while ago we spoke in the vehicle and you told me that you liked the race, but now coming like this, starting to see more people and the cultures begin to unfold, the people begin to unfold right in front of you, different races, different cultures, different colors. How do you see this?
Boy, it feels a lot like home, because in Trinidad we have a lot of different cultures, different religions, different people, but it's a different mix here. I see the Mexican, the mestizo, I see all kind of different mix up inside here, but it's beautiful. What is really beautiful is that everybody is one, everybody is together. Everybody, I sure could get something to eat from somebody, get something to drink from somebody. It feels like, it's like it's one love out here. And although there's a rivalry with respect to who they're supporting, it's a friendly rivalry.
Totally
It's who make more noise than who.
Totally
it's a love, and it
like
feels
right
good.
now that the Rasta guy that's taking our picture. If you go to him right now and you ask him for a drink of that expensive, I don't know, Grand Marnier, Grand Marnier, he will give it to you.
They say, take it and go, take it and go.
Yes, he would say that. Yeah. He would say, take a shot and stay.
That's right, that's right.
And you know what? I like that.
A shot now. He's taking a shot now.
No, you know what? That is one thing I always say about Caribbean people. You know, if you starve in the Caribbean, you're really, really terrible, or something wrong with you. Because we as Caribbean people, we're a warm set of people. And even if we vex with you, we feeding you. You know, we're talking about you later, but we're feeding you now.
That's right. We had to feed you because it will reflect on us if we don't feed you. Because now, although you vex with me, the next thing you go and says, and they didn't even give me something to eat. You know what I mean? That's a problem.
Yeah. And that's right. These guys are a buddy coming all the way from Trinidad. I've learned to talk, say three things in the Trinidad way: dancing and prancing and playing football.
Very good, very good. Clean, you're ready for them. You're ready for Trinidad.
Yeah, I'm ready for Trinidad. Anyway,
You have to practice. You have to be able to say, oh, good.
oh, good.
You're good to go. You're good to go. You're good to go.
All right, this is the 19th Ruta Maya Belize River Challenge. We encourage you to come on out today. The race ends at the Banana Bank. It should be there, I'd say, around 12:31. So it's going to be there maybe in the next hour and a half-ish. Between hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. We encourage you to stay tuned to the station that you're watching now, the Nation Station, Channel 7. We thank our sponsors. Guys, we're going to take a quick break and be back with more fun.
La le de veillot, le bruit dont la voiture ratée. Aïe, lidon la le de veillot, le bruit dont la voiture ratée. Aïe, lidon la le de veillot, yo de nous et à mon gars, lidon nous paye papa. Aïe, lidon la le de veillot. Yo te lo voy a buscar y don lo bengi papá. Kanye no goyame, abanista no uri tu ni buganya. Roga no goyame, tu ni no varu mania. Oh, little la ya dina oba oh. Oh, little la ya dina oba oh. Veio, le bruit dont la voiture ratée. Aïe, lidon la le de veillot, le bruit dont la voiture ratée. Aïe, lidon la le de veillot, yo te lo voy a buscar, lidon lo bengi baba. Aïe, lidon la le de veillot, yo te lo voy a buscar, lidon lo bengi baba. Kanye no goyame, abanisa no uri tu ni buganya. Roga no goyame, tu ni no varu mania. Oh, little la ya dina oba oh. Oh, little la ya dina oba oh. Abanisa no uri tu ni buganya. Roga no goyame, tu ni no varu mania. Oh,
We are here at the Banana Bank, and I tell you, Coop Sheet Metal coming in. I tell you, these guys are comfortable. They came in first. They came in comfortable. Behind them, we see BTL's Cubs Arm. These guys did excellent today.
That's right, and I think that Cubs Arms is about a minute, no, not a minute, about a few seconds after. Those are the two power teams, as I've been calling them this morning. For sure, it's going to be quite an effort, or more than 10 efforts for the team in second place to catch up with them.
Definitely. We have to congratulate the teams that came in here. This is the first leg of the first day for the 4-leg race here at Banana Bank. We saw Coop Sheet Metal coming in first, so they are the ones in the lead right now. And then we see BTL Cubs Arms right behind them. It's that kind of day. It's an interesting day. Drew, if you can make your way over on this side, you know, and we can go from there. All right. We see them out here. It's a little rainy. I tell you what, the weather changed, boy. The weather changed, but that will not stop much.
Yeah, that's right. And once again, the rains have been coming down a little bit. I think showers of blessing. Nonetheless, Coop Sheet Metal is in as well. We have Cubs Arm followed very closely. It's going to take quite some time for the team in third place to show up, because the last time we saw them at the Agrippino Kawich, it was probably around 3 minutes that they were behind. We don't know what happened on that span of time between there and here, but I am going to safely tell you this: it's going to be very difficult for any team to catch up to that first and second place team up to this point, Rhonda.
Definitely. We see these guys out here. They're just kind of enjoying the rain. It's been that kind of day, though. You notice it started off misty, then it got really, really hot, and now it's raining. There's no telling.
A little while ago, we were saying that the heat is on, the humidity was on, and probably the reason why is that because we knew that the rain was going to be coming down. Nonetheless, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The race is on. We have the third place team coming in. That means that the lead was cut, Rhonda. I'm very sure that the lead was cut. There we go, the third place team coming in. They're in sight at this time, and that's right, they are the Belize Bank Bulldogs. The Belize Bank Bulldogs are the team in third place at this time, followed closely by Nitch. And I'm telling you, I'm not asking you without looking at my watch, I can safely tell you that that lead was cut from the last time we saw them at the Agrippino Kawich Bridge. Now, I'm going to tell you something though, and I can safely tell you this, that whenever this race starts tomorrow, for any one of these teams to catch up with that first place team is going to be quite a job to do.
Definitely. You notice, I think the Coop Sheet Metal team kind of slowed down when they were coming in. They realized that the chase was, they can save some energy. They don't have to give it all that extra energy, because they were comfortable in the position that they had found themselves in. And I tell you, they did well. They did very, very well. Jerry Rabin, like I said, is one of the older guys paddling. Not that he's older, but he's been paddling more than a lot of these guys.
I was going to tell Jerry you're calling him an old man though.
You know what? In some of his ways he is. But
oh, and I just remember that you love Chris, you don't love Jerry.
Not say that, because even Jerry and Chris have that argument. But that's not my business. Jerry and Chris, both of them are my friends. I'm very close to their family as well. We have to congratulate the guys, man. They did well today, you know, and they will continue to do well. You notice Jerry came out and he looking good. He looks strong. He not flinching at all. His legs not shaking. He just kind of popped out of the canoe.
Well, hear me. Drew can stay under this canopy. Let us go over that spot. Let us show the world we're not afraid to get wet. I think this can get wet, right?
Oh, gosh, that can get wet. And you know, Can Network can't afford new mics.
Well, we're going to get one from this young man that's right beside us.
If he would be so kind. All right. But we see the guys out there just enjoying themselves.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, one beautiful day. And you know what? I'm still going to keep on calling it a beautiful day, because when it rains, it showers blessings. And that's what's happening out here at Banana Bank today. The day began very, very bleaky. It was very, the day was very misty. And then the sun began to shine. Now the rain is falling like cats and dogs from the sky.
And the rain is coming down, but that's, if you notice, nobody moving really, you know. They're walking slow in the rain because they're enjoying it so much. This is a special Ruta. I tell you, this is a year like no other. We see Javier has managed to get a hold of Jerry Rabin. In the back there, we see I can't see. We see Westrock. Westrock coming in fifth position right here at Banana Bank. Westrock in fifth position. Javier Gutierrez, muchísimas gracias para bringing him. All right?
Well, you know, let me tell you something. Jerry has given me a couple of his T-shirts, his championship T-shirts. And I've always told him, this is my buddy. And I know that as long as I go say, Jerry, I want an interview, he's going to come because he loves you too.
Yeah, Jerry, congratulations. How you feeling?
Good.
What do you think contributed to your success today?
Hard work. And I just want to give thanks to God and my sponsor, Coop Sheet Metal, all my fans, my teammate. We did a very good job.
Tell me about your team.
Well, it's some young guys. They're young, but they're all in the race. Henry Cruz and Jerry Kante. They're good paddlers.
Did you get more practice this year than in previous times?
Yes, we did. Yes, I spent a lot of time in Cayo on this leg. We work hard and it paid off.
We noticed that there was a huge gap that you managed to establish on the last, like the final lap, if you want to call it that. What happened? Because we noticed that the gap was so huge that there was even a service boat between you guys.
Yeah, well, we plan to work hard, and that's the thing. You know, we wanted to have some time, and that's what we did. We try to work with detail and decide that, you know, when the time comes, we have to, you know, do our thing, yeah.
Well, congratulations. What should we expect from you tomorrow?
Well, let's see what tomorrow brings. I always say, you cannot count the egg before you hatch, and let's see what tomorrow brings.
We know that while this entire river you are very familiar with, I will have to ask, which leg are you most comfortable with?
This first leg. The first leg, I'm pretty comfortable with the first leg, and the last leg. Those are the two shallow days.
What is the day going to be like tomorrow? We know tomorrow is one of the longest days. What do you expect? How do you normally feel on a day like that?
Well, tomorrow we're just going to sit in and see what the next guy is going to do. We don't have to work, you know, because we established our time today, so we're just going to sit in and see what happens.
Jerry, I have a friend that call you an old man. I told my friend, I don't want to mention gender, I told my friend that you're not an old man, but you're one of the eldest in the river as a champion. How do you feel, brother, physically, doing this race every year in, year out? You had your times of winning, you had your times of losing. Today, you're on top of your game. If you do everything right, you can be victorious at the end of this race, and you know that.
Yeah.
How do you feel, B?
I feel young, man. I'm not an old man, I'm a young man.
That's true.
And once again, I just want to big up my sponsor, all my teammates, Henry Cruz, Jerry Kante, and Coop Sheet Metal, and my fans. You know, look forward for a good day tomorrow, and we see what tomorrow brings.
Well, thank you very much and all the best, Jerry.
Thank you.
All right, we see Mr. Penna has made his way up here too. How do you feel standing in this position on a day like today?
Well, I feel very good that our team did so well. They trained really hard to get the win today. It wasn't by much. BTL was right behind them, so this is not as far from over yet. The race will be told the next 3 days, so we can't really know what's going to happen over the next 3 days, but our guys train hard enough for them to do well, so I do expect them to do well tomorrow. If they had put some more time today, they could relax a bit more, but they still will have to work very hard tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much and all the best for tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, yes, we have BTL's Cubs Arm that came in second. Now we see Oceana. Oceana is coming in here they're coming in by themselves. They're coming in comfortably. If you know the members from Oceana, you know the guy in the middle is Chris Guides, who is the brother to Jerry Rayburn. A few times they paddle together. This year they're not paddling together. You can see the big difference. I'm not sure how much time Chris's team had to practice, but if you may or may not know, they're from the same area, they live in the same village. They generally practice around the same time, but something different happened.
What's the big difference? Is it that Jerry is stronger than Chris, or is it that Chris misses Jerry?
That's something for you to ask Chris and Jerry.
No, I want to pose it to you. Tell me.
I don't know. What do you think it is?
I just think that Jerry had his day today. And you know what? He's getting the benefit out of his hard work. And he has a good team as well. And you know what? As I said to him today, and Elvin, you can attest to this, that if he plays his cards right, he can be declared the champion of this race from this point.
If they work as hard as they did today, they can definitely.
If they play their cards right, as I mentioned, like he said, he's going to sit tomorrow on that long leg. If somebody tries to break away and he keeps with them, then he still protects his time.
Yeah, it's not much time, but as long as they do the same thing tomorrow, they should definitely win the race.
That's right, and there it goes, Ron, and that's why the first day is very, very, very important. And once again, the La Ruta Maya is here at Banana Bank, very, very historical area. As you know, the river for Belize overall was very key in regards to the economic development of the history of Belize. It's a very rainy afternoon up to this time. Nonetheless, it's beautiful. Remember, without the rain, we cannot shine. Without the rain, we can't eat. without the rain. We can't drink.
And we can't enjoy the sunshine without the rain, because if it's always rain here, it's always sunshine. It's just one or the other. I like when I see the teams coming in and kind of huddle around and have conversation. We see Chris talking to the guy there from West Track. They probably had conversation along the river this morning. Chris got in just now in 6th position. The teams that came to come in here, we had Coop Sheet Metal in 1st position, BTL's Cubs Arm in 2nd position, the Belize Bank in 3rd, Niche 4th, West Track 5th, Oceana rounding out the top 6 teams. Oceana is also sponsored in part by Belize Buggies.
That's right. And what I'm going to do, Rhonda, is I'm going to probably go down to the bottom there and see if I can get people from Cubs Arm and from other teams so that we can come and give them interviews. But the microphone will get wet.
You know, this is the kind of rain my father said wet up fool people are willing to take my chance. You could come.
I want to make you hold the microphone. I can't want to say that me spile it.
Oh, no. Javier, you can spell anything, yeah?
All right, good then, man. Spile it.
But
All right.
you can't spell nothing, yeah?
And the Trinidadian man, tell me, how do you...
It's his first bath for morning, you know.
What's that?
It's his first bath for morning.
Oh, you didn't bathe this morning. This is your first bath. Your second bath.
second.
So you took a bath this morning.
On the way down, I had one, and now I get an extra.
Okay, so not shower in the bathroom, but outside.
That's right. That's
All right.
right.
You're enjoying the race.
I take it where I get it. I love in the race. I'm just reliving all of my moments from 2 years ago, and I'm committed. I'll be back here again. I know I'll see at least 2 or 3 more Ruta miles in my life. That's for sure.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
This man moved to Belize, marry a Belize girl, and never go back.
He likes
I see
to.
one already. I see one.
Yeah,
already.
he likes to marry. He likes to marry 2 people.
Oh, she was in a blue uniform this morning.
Oh,
And
there she is.
God,
There
where?
she is. Look, that's her.
Oh my
That's
God.
her. Yeah.
Yes.
That's her. Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We were speaking about her. That's right, man. We're talking about a beautiful soldier. That's right. And I'm going to say it over
Go
here.
ahead now. I think you
Yeah.
have to go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
In the rain, then. We're going down in the rain. We're going down in the rain. You know, I don't know how good an idea this is, you know. You know, this is, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but we'll know in a little while. Oh, Lord! Ay. Let me come down here, see if we can grab a word with these people. I tell you, it is a beautiful day. We get a little cooling off. The people that brought out umbrellas, they're real smart. They bring it out for the sun, and it worked just as good for the rain. All right, we are at Banana Bank. A little rain, but you know that's not stopping anybody. Let's see who we have here. I feel like I'm going to slip and end up in the water. I can't afford for that to happen to me. I see Chris. I see the guys. Let me see if I can run into the West Track guys. I see Coop Sheet Metal.
Cubs.
BTL's Cubs, where are they? All right. All right. Who do you have here, Javier?
These are the gentlemen from Cubs Arm. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2nd place team, and we're here in the rain. We're not trying to run away from the rain at all, because it's just fair for these men to get their interview. Brother, how do you feel being in 2nd place up to this point?
Well, it's a short race. We have 3 more days. It was kind of a good day. We wanted to come in first, but we just couldn't. We just want to rest up for tomorrow.
The guys from the 1st place team told me that they feel very strong, that they were really pumping, but they were working along with you. How comes you came in 2nd? You didn't have that drive to do it, or you were just saving it for tomorrow?
Well, actually, those guys ride waves very well, so they were a bit more rested than us, and it was just a sprint out to the finish, and they're really good. They're strong, and tomorrow will be a hard day for us, I know, but be sure that we'll be there.
Tell me the name of your teammates.
Roy Cano, Eric Cano.
And the 3 of you come from Corozal?
No, we're from Santa Familia.
Oh, no, that Kayo man. Yes, you know Kayo man.
Well, big thanks to our sponsors, BTL, Horizon Fabricates, my personal UES, that's an electrical company, Cubs Arm. Thank you guys for all that you have done for us.
All right, there we go. This is the 2nd place team, Ronda Cubs Arm, as we give them that beautiful interview. Chris Guides, this is the man that Ronda loves. I don't care what happened at this race. She always say that Chris is the man. She don't care what happened.
Okay.
All right, we're going to take the microphone to the shade, okay?
No. You see, that is how arguments start. That is how gossip start. This has been a gossip for many years. This definitely has been a gossip for a long time. We don't want that gossip to continue. Chris, I'm going to drag you up to the top. What part we could all shelter in out of this rain? We can't afford for this to continue. Right, look this way, boss. All right, I managed to bring him out. Oh, all right. And we are in. Good grief. Whoa. Well, Chris, how you feeling?
Roughed up,
How so?
lack of training.
You know, come here so I could see you good. How much training did you get?
Not much, not much. This is the guys that we paddle, where you see win the race, they get paid for that job. So that's it.
But you know, you're doing well. We have to talk about something else. The boats that you've built in this race. Beside you paddling in this race, you've also built some of the boats that are in the lead right now. Tell me a little bit about the boats. Or the canoes.
The boats say okay, I think they're doing good job. Just the paddlers in the boat need so much. Well, me personally and my team, one of my guys go to school, one work, I work. So I know today may be one rough day for me. I sure right.
But as we go further down the river, Chris, we all know that you're very familiar with those waters as well. Which leg do you feel most comfortable in?
From here to from here to double head.
From here to double head and then from double head onwards as well, right?
Yeah, I only probably I do four different training up here, so this water is a real factor for me today.
Tell me something, how difficult is this leg?
Difficult.
Why?
The water is lot of rapids, and once you know paddling it got your dashboard, so I know that may a factor today. I tell the two guys that one be one big factor because we can't afford to come all this way to train. So that's it.
So safely broadcasting this race, I can safely take your words and over radio whenever I want to. I can say that the hardest part of the legs that exists within the Ruta Maya is the first day?
Yeah. So somebody, I think Love FM had one ads with me said this is the leg separate. Let me say it this way: separate the fit of the fitness.
Yeah.
Let me say it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
this-
today is separate to no a little bit?
Yeah, big time.
So now tomorrow, how you ensure that you are as fit as the rest?
It's like what I say. I'm not fit.
Oh, you're not?
I'm not
okay,
fit.
good. Now I understand what
yeah.
you say.
He's saying that he's struggling. He came out this year. He came out to participate. He's having a good time. He didn't get as much workout in because he was busy working.
Yeah.
All right.
I need to find sponsors so I can get paid like the rest. Then
Yeah.
maybe.
All right.
But
you
Elvin,
know,
Elvin was telling us that you created a canoe, you built a canoe.
Yeah.
And again, that's where your input as well in this race. And that's what Rhonda was saying about you, that you don't only compete in the race,
Yeah.
but you contribute through technology within the race by the building of these canoes as well.
Yeah.
Because they're not easy to build. And he's saying that you perfected a canoe for him as well.
Yeah, I did. I think so.
Well,
I hope
the man was happy, right, Elvin?
he's happy. Belize Bank is happy. All the guys that you've built for is very happy. And you know, Chris is a humble guy. Chris is a modest guy. But we have to say that Chris, besides contributing, and I said this earlier in another segment, and I'll just say it again because you're here. But besides contributing physically in the race, you contribute by you train young children to paddle. You bring in the guys that are paddling with you. They're young paddlers. You got them into the race. A few years ago, you got your daughter in the race. This year, one of your girls is also in the race. So you have really contributed to the growth of the sport, and we must thank you for that. We thank you also for building the canoes that you do, and I mean, this is your love. You love this sport. You also love building it, and we continue to support you and everybody that contributes to make this race what it is today.
I will continue to build better and best. So I'm going back to my drawing board and continue to build.
You know, and I have to say this though. Earlier we were talking with Jerry because we know that there is Jerry is Chris' brother for the people that may or may not know, and we asked him what was his favorite leg of the race. He happens to say that this is his favorite leg of the race. So if this is his favorite leg of the race, this is your least favorite leg of the race, tomorrow you stand a better chance.
Well, that's right. And he says,
This definitely will be the favorite leg of Jerry race because this is where Jerry train every day.
Yeah.
He lived in Kayo for this moment. So
So
This is-
tomorrow we will see what will really happen when he goes back home.
we will see.
yeah, like
Chris, all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
All right.
Yeah, and
You know,
I want to pick up my sponsors.
yeah, tell me about your sponsors.
Yeah, I want to pick up program for Belize, Oceana, Peter Sawmill, Belize Boogie, and Precision. Big up all you guys who support me, and big up my fans. Thanks to the two young boys, they are tough paddlers too, so I have to big them up also.
Thank you very much, Chris. That's right. Belize buggies, they are in the southern part of this country. They rent and sell buggies, all right? You can look them up on Facebook. That is Belize buggies, all right? When you look for a nice buggy, check out Belize buggies. We must also tell you that when you're looking for a financial institution that's trustworthy, honest, loyal, good interest rate, good people helping to build Belize, it has to be.
I think it's DFC, if I'm not mistaken.
You all know it's DSC. It's got to be DSC. They're the ones that have helped to build Belize to what it is today in more ways than one. So we encourage you to check out DFC. If it's a small loan, a big loan, student loan, something to build your business, build your home, the Development Finance Corporation. What the Development Finance Corporation also does is that they educate you. They help you to manage your money so that you don't go astray, so that you don't fall in a further debt. You know, they monitor you. They don't give you $100,000 and put it in your bank account. They make sure to build a house. They will check the steps with you because some of you never see $100,000 yet. But you know what it is to pay back $300 a month. So if you could pay $300 a month, they will help you to make the $100,000 go a long way.
That's right. And I think, Rhonda, that now that all the rain has stopped, I think we should probably as well go down and try to get some of the niche guys. I think they are in second place as well. We did get second.
We're looking for West Track.
Yeah, West Track.
All right, West Track is out this year. They're in full force. We also see another team coming in there. But before we go down there, we're going to take a break. We got to pay some bills. Thanks. This broadcast is made possible through the kind compliments of the Development Finance Corporation, the Belize Tourism Board, Remen Associates, New Buildings, Quality Poultry Products, Pine Lumber Company. Ready? And we are here at Banana Bank. We see Atlantic Insurance coming in. They're coming in strong, heads down, like Javier would say, paddles in the water. That's what's happening out here. We see, it's like a race with three right now. We see three sets coming in right now. Let's see, I can't see who that one is. Shalimar? All right, we see boat number 1 coming in there. You know, my eyes definitely failing me on this one. I am getting too old when I can't see the name and I can't see the number. There you go. I need extra eyes. You know, I'm getting too old for this. I'm getting too old. Me eye leaving me. But it's definitely a wonderful day out here at Banana Bank. We see lots of people coming out. More people will continue to come out. We have to remind you that this race has 6 categories this year: the mix, the masters, the intramural, the pleasure, the female. Those are the categories that's in this year's race. We have 2 female team, one of them having a guidance girl from Boral Boom. These guys are doing good. We encourage you to stay tuned for more coverage from this year's Ruta Maya. And you see 2 more canoes coming in the distance there. We notice that they're really spread out. The teams are coming in like 2 at a time, 3 at a time, 1 at a time, if you want to call it that. These are the Coast Guards. The Coast Guards coming in there. And you know what? The guys that's right behind the Coast Guards are really digging it. They're trying to see if they can get in there. This is Sea Sport. This is the Masters. These guys are digging it. They are giving it their biggest shot. They are first in their category, but they're definitely not they're not easing up on Coast Guard. That's what's happening out here at this year's Ruta Maya. It's a little bit damp now. It started off a little bit misty, then it got a little bit. Oh, I'll tell you what. We have a team over here. We have, I tell you, like the biggest supporters. Come this way, make us see you. Come. Girl, stop your foolishness. Come. Turn around. Morning, how you go?
Good.
Who you the support?
Bunky Cod.
Bunky Cod, they on which team?
You know, they battle to the girl.
So who you come out to support?
Water thing.
How water thing they do?
Good, and just come in.
You know, I see you out there. I have a thank you. You know, you really bring some of the spirit of Ruta Maya. This morning, I may need 1 cup because we get some coconut water. This lady give me some cup that look like some glass. We are using it for the rest of Ruta Maya. We're carrying home and wash them. Thank you.
I'll bring some more for you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Alves.
Welcome.
How the weather treat you?
Good. I'm wet up, but I still a chair on the team.
There you go. All the best, Miss Joycelyn. Wait.
Bunky Canoe.
You support who?
Bunky's Canoe.
Who did this bunky that you speak of?
Bunky Cod.
I know who the bunkie cut, but they have lots of people.
Business?
They have Joseph and Taylor.
Yes, Joseph
Then-
and Taylor.
You don't have to tell me because the people out there don't know.
Right.
Sheet metal with bunkie canoe.
Exactly. That's who we're supporting.
Really? Coop sheet metal paddling bunkie canoe.
Exactly.
Did that they happen?
That's the combination.
Boy, that's like a blessing, Pantapo, and blessing.
There
And the
you
water didn't do so good. You should have tell me this long time.
Can't complain.
The man is there. Oh, so you this one say. She say that her husband, they in a coop sheet metal canoe in spirit. So that the canoe technically have 4 people. 3 physical people and 4 spirit. Take that.
No, say they don't get it winning because you said that? No.
No, we only could see 3. We go with where you could see. I tell you. All right, and tell me. And
We're not explaining the technology in the canoe and stuff.
Explain it.
No, we're not. We're left it alone.
I tell you, there is a lot out here. Wait, I see all sorts of people out here, all sorts of things happening. We definitely have to encourage people to come on out here. This is a beautiful, beautiful day. I'll tell you what, we're going to be sharing some of the stats with you a little bit later this afternoon. We encourage you to stay tuned to Channel 7. We're going to be scrolling the stats there for you. We're going to be scrolling that, but we also have to remind you that at 8 o'clock this evening there will be a full recap of the day's race. So if you feel like you're just tuning in and you might have missed something, have no fear. At 8 o'clock this evening there will be a full recap and it's going to be fun. Tell all your friends that this is the station to see the best Ruta Maya coverage. This broadcast is brought to you to the kind compliments of the BTB Development Finance Corporation, Coop, Pine Lumber Company Limited, Rem and Associates, New Buildings, West Track. Those are just some of the people making this broadcast what it is. Oh gosh, and there is more. I turn me back and then I turn me back and then there is more. I'm looking for Javier. I can't find Javier. I can't find Errol. I can't find anybody. They're going back and forth. I see 3 canoes coming in. I have to get a little bit closer. I tell you, my eyes failing me. But when you are looking for an institution to help you to invest or to borrow, the Development Finance Corporation is definitely the institution of choice. They have knowledgeable people that are more than equipped to advise you and put you on your financial feet, if you want to call it that. The first female team coming in is the Belize Bulldogs, Belize Bank Bulldogs. They are first in their category for the female, followed by Black Orchid. Black Orchid Resort from Burrell Boom. They have the first mix team in the middle. I think Guidis is in the middle. There is a Guidis girl from Boom in the middle. They are definitely doing well. Behind them we have Belize Coast Guards. So Belize Bank Bulldogs, first in their category, first female to come in. Black Orchid from Burrell Boom, first mix. And then we have the Belize Coast Guards coming up right behind them. Now, I tell you, we can sit here all day because for the rest of the day, these teams are going to be coming in one behind the other, one behind the other. But that's just how it is. It's going to be a day filled with fun and excitement. If you didn't get a chance to come on out today, we encourage you to come on out tomorrow. Tomorrow the race starts right here at Banana Bank. It goes to Doublehead Cabbage. It rests in Doublehead Cabbage tomorrow. And then the following day it goes from Doublehead Cabbage to Burrell Boom. So tomorrow we will be ending in Doublehead Cabbage. For today we are at Banana Bank on behalf of the entire crew. Javier Gutierrez, Errol Fabian, Drew Miller, Andrew Munnings. This is Rhonda Crichton reporting.